All right, so we're live. Let me start that phone.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Good evening, we
Are you the
can.
only person that is live? Please, I'm talking to
So
the audience.
let me. We had to end the other one. If you observe, I had to send you the link, right, via text message, because we had to end the stream where there were other people. So let me share it out to the group now, so other people can join as well.
Okay, no
Okay.
problem.
So we just go via the same.
Something big is coming. It's the Millionaire Student Summit. You get the opportunity to learn how to make your first million even as a student. Meet the 9 industry experts who will be sharing their story and experiences about building wealth on this digital space. Valentine Okafor, Adeboye David, Isaiah Ibigbemi, Grace Carlo, Jacob Okoro, Esther Odemwige, Chijioke Otikba, Awesomeness Subana, and Ifoma Ezeokoli. And the host is Innocent Nduaguba. Meet the panelists, Victory Markson, Josiah Adebisi, Iyanu Olua Ileson. And the moderators are Theodora Nduaguba and Favor Joseph. Learn how you can build your wealth from their experiences. Date is from the 15th to the 17th of July. And the venue is YouTube Live. Register via the link on the next slide. See you inside.
Okay, my mic is unmuted. Okay, are we live now? Are they in the show now? Can you hear me?
Well, yes, I can hear you. So just start. My WhatsApp is really lagging. I don't know why that's happening. It's been online
Just
so long. In fact, my phone is. Let's just continue. Let's continue. Okay. Mhm.
okay. Let's start. I'm very tired, but let's just start. So I'll be talking about my journey in school, after school, and now, right? In
Yes.
regards to making money, Abby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to go out now so I can.
What did you say?
Suma, you have the floor.
All right, no problem. Good evening, everyone.
Can you hear
My name
me?
is Awesomeness Eswabanga, not Esubana. What I don't know what that person. I don't know that person actually murdered my name, and I think that you should
What's the?
actually pay for mispronouncing my name. So my name is Awesomeness
Oh my God.
Eswabanga, not whatever you called. That's not my name. Okay.
Okay. Pardon us. Pardon us.
All right, so I'm happy to be here to share my story and to be a tiny part of the success of anyone who's going to be listening to me. Thank you, Innocent, for organizing this conference. At least some of us know the back end story. So I'm really glad that you courageously did this, and I'm sure that you're happy how it's turning out at the end of the day. So congratulations on hosting one of the biggest students conferences or fest, or congratulations for hosting it. And I do hope that the purpose for hosting the conference is already being achieved. So, like I said, my name is Osomness
Thank you, ma'am.
Eswabanga. You may know me or you may not know me, but most people know me as a content writer and an author. And I think that for now, wearing that cap would be okay because of the context of what we'll be discussing today. So, my story, I actually got into school in 2016, I guess. But let me just give you background. I don't come from a poor home. I come from a home where I'm the only girl child. So I was really, really protected. I mean, overprotected. I was provided for everything. I never lacked anything. I mean, I never really knew lack. There was nothing that I actually wanted that I did not get. Okay. So I had access to that kind of life. I still do, but there's a reason why I'm giving this background. Now, my father is the kind of person who just, I don't blame him though. I'm the only girl child and I'm the first born also. So there's that connection that both of us have. And so he would always want to make sure that I'm before him. I'm always close to him. I'm not far from him. I'm not engaging in things that are too risky or doing things that will wear me out. He just wants me to be a baby girl for life and just enjoy the soft life. When I finished
Amazing.
secondary school, before I got into the university, I wanted to work. I wanted to apply for a job just to get the experience because I grew up, I have always loved a corporate job. I still do, whether online money or no online money. Me, I would do 9 to 5, you get. So that's me. Okay, so I love a corporate job. So I actually wanted to just get the experience, not because I was looking for money, because I have, I always had everything, but I just wanted the experience, and my father refused. So my father did something. My father placed me on monthly salary. I was not doing anything. I don't even run errands. I just sit down at home. From home, I go to church. From church, I come back home. That was just how my life was. So just sitting down at home and reading, immersing myself in books and writing. My father would always pay me salary every month just so that I would not work, or so that I would not do anything that is stressful. I will not do any business. I'm not going to work for someone, or I will not be exposed to the cruelty of some employers of labor. So that's the kind of background I came from. And coming from that background to be who I am today, it's what's the word now? They are complete opposites. You get. So my father on one hand would not want me to be doing the things that I'm doing today because he feels it is too stressful. He feels that it's too risky. He just wants me to just lay low and just he keeps telling me that what is he working for? It is for me to always enjoy and all that and all that. So, but if I had, if I really, really appreciate my father for what he did and for what he has continued to do up until today. My father still sends money to me, even when I don't need it. So even if I was not doing any online thing, me, I'll never be broke in this life. That's just the truth. I will never be poor, even if I was not working, even if I was not doing any online business. So I appreciate my father for what he did. But at a point, I came to the understanding that I would grow into a very stupid, overprotected girl who doesn't really know anything,
Mm,
who is not smart.
mm,
I could be book smart because I really was, and that's why my father loved me so well. I was book smart, I was very intelligent, more
Wow.
than other siblings. I would do so well in school. I used to dress so well, and my father loved the corporate kind of dressing. So I was daddy's girl. You get. So, but I realized that if I followed the path my father was leading me, it's not like it's a bad path, but it's a path that does not allow me have certain experiences that would allow people to thrive in life. You find people who they have everything that they want, but there are certain challenges that they cannot surmount because they have not been exposed to certain realities of life. And so I decided to tread a different path than the one my father was showing to me. It's not like I'm not living a soft life, but it's this kind of soft life where you're reaping from what you're actually working from. Okay, so I decided that I didn't want to be that kind of person. I loved risk, I loved challenges, I loved going out of the normal way of doing things to stretch myself, while my father wanted me to just enjoy his riches, enjoy his money, enjoy his investment and all of that. And so when I got into school, my father actually had to disown me, I think, in my first year, second semester. For 6 months, I didn't see my dad. I was disowned because of the life that I had chosen. But let me shock you, my father is proud of me today. He didn't like what I was doing at the time, but I knew what I actually wanted. When I got into school, I had just one mission. I did not want to finish university after 4 years and ask the question, what next? I didn't want that. Because people finish university and then they become hit by the realities of life or the realities of the outside world, and then they begin to ask what next. So is this all there is? They are searching for jobs and maybe they are not seeing. They are meeting all their uncles that told them graduate first, I'm going to give you something. They're meeting them and nothing is coming forth from that end. They are trying some businesses and it's also not succeeding. And then maybe they dabble into online stuff and it's not also, maybe they are not really armed with the right kind of strategies and tactics, and so it's not working from them. And then you find that they plunge into a life of depression and frustration. So I did not want to ask the question, what next? I wanted to have a foundation such that when I'm finishing, I would be able to build upon that foundation. That was the only thing I told myself before I got into the university. While I was there, I kept saying that. And because I made that, should I call it a promise or a resolution or a covenant? I don't really know which, but because I made that statement to myself, it guided the actions that I took. It guided the people that I flocked around with. It guided the places that I went to. It guided the kind of books I read. So even when I was in school, I know it was really important for me to graduate with A's, but um, I did not make it a priority in quotes because I wanted to blend. I wanted to have a blend of good grades and also be able to have other skills. Now, I need to be frank with you. It is possible to combine your schooling with other things, but you are not going to graduate having a first class if you are combining it with other businesses. You would have good grades if you
Mm, mm.
if you do what you have to do.
Wow.
You would have good grades. You might graduate to the second class upper, but you need to choose which
Wow.
one you want. It's about the priority. Okay,
Mm.
if it is first class you want to, then you have to go all in. But I also knew what I wanted.
Thank you
I
for
didn't really
saying
want to
this.
just have a first class without other skills, marketable skills. I mean, hard skills, not digital skills now. I wanted to have business experiences. I wanted to have entrepreneurship experiences. I wanted to have volunteering experiences. And so most times, I would people would be in. I actually went to University of Calabar, so people would be in school, and me, I'm in another state. I've traveled for something, for a speaking engagement, sometimes for something else. I was building relationships. I was building some skills that most of my mates do not have. So you need to first understand the priority. What is your priority as you're going into school? Is it first class? If it's first class, then I just need to be honest with you. You will not be able to have a first class. You would pass well. You would have good grades. You will graduate well. But first class is not beans. To get, for you to have a 5.0 upward, it's not, you have to soak yourself all in. You must make sure that you're not distracted by other things. For me, I was volunteering for almost 15 organizations while in school. I was learning shoemaking, I was learning fashion designing, I was learning decoration, I was learning painting, I was learning so many things. I had so many skills that were fetching me cool money while in school. Do you get? So the first thing you need to do is to actually understand your priority. For me, I didn't want to ask the question, what next? I didn't want to finish school and now start thinking, okay, what can I do with my life? I wanted to have a foundation so that when I am leaving, there is something already. So I'm not wondering what next. I'm not trying to go to one uncle, or I'm not trying to depend on my father, for his riches, or I'm not trying to depend on any man whatsoever. Okay. So that was it for me. So because I made that decision, it directed or determined the kind of things that I did. Okay, so most times I would have something important to do in school, but then I was invited to speak in a conference, and I know that the trajectory of my life is such that I'm going to, become a transformational speaker, and I need to garner the skills. So if people are calling me to speak for them, even if they're not paying me, I want to learn the skill of public speaking. I want to learn the skill of presentation. I want to get relationships. I want to have a track record so that in 2022, for instance, when you're calling me to speak, or when you're looking for people to speak in your event, you would call me because I have a track record of since 2018. I didn't just start now. So the result that you are looking for, it's based on the work you did 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago. Nobody's just going to come now and just like you and just know you and just trust you and just buy from you. So those things that you're doing right now, and it feels like there are no engagement, nobody is sending you, forget. That is what will make people buy from you next year. That's what make people buy from me in 2 years to come. So I wanted to have that track record of consistently offering my services. Today, I teach people how to write, and I've taught over 5,000 people in free and paid classes how to write, but nobody has ever taught me how to write. I never went to any school, online, offline. Of all the classes I've been taking since the digital age, I have never taken a writing classes. So how did I develop my writing skills? It is by volunteering for organizations, writing letters for them, writing so many things. That was how I honed the skill of writing, by volunteering my services. Do you get? So it was a more tougher way to learn, because in our days, I'm not old, sha, but let me just use that word. In our days, not like now, that when you call people to volunteer, they'll be asking you how much are they going to pay, or you just get so excited about the idea of volunteering that you say you want to volunteer, but you're not willing to do the work. In my own time of volunteering, upon the fact that you're volunteering, you see use your money, you see use your resources, you see use your energy, they will still bash you on top, they will insult you, they are going to shout on you, they can still sack you on top of it. So there were certain things I was learning from all of these things, and that is what I wanted. Today, I host so many events, and people are wondering how I'm able to get speakers on a weekly basis. It is because many years ago, I volunteered for an organization where I was a project team lead, And they used to have events every Friday, and I was the team lead, so I had to go scout for speakers. That was where I learned how to get people to come speak for you. So there are certain things that I learned today that I learned it because of all of these things. I was volunteering for several organizations, private to government to, I didn't care whether you were paying me or not. I didn't even know that you should even be paid. I'm really surprised at this generation that somebody who say they want to volunteer, you still need to be motivating the person. I didn't know that in my time because nobody's going to motivate you. I learned all of these things. I learned how I've never gone to a public speaking school before. Never. Online, offline, I have never. How am I able to speak fluently? It is all because of the experience I gathered while in school. So first make the priority. What do you want? I knew what I wanted. And so because of that, I was able to make the right kind of choices. All right. So in my second year, I registered to learn how to make shoes, and I became so good at it. And because let's say because should I say because I'm a fine girl? I don't know, sure, but I was able to, I understood my, what did they call it? My edge. And I was using that edge as an advantage to myself. So I would always go meet my lecturers that, oh, I make shoes, And also because I was volunteering for some organizations, I had access to big, big people. I was making shoes, sending it to Dubai, sending it to London, I made shoes for the former permanent secretary to Donald Duke. I made shoes for a one-time gubernatorial aspirant. I made shoes for the current commissioner of INEC in Port Harcourt, River State. I made shoes. This is volunteering that made me. I would never know these people if I did not volunteer, and because I had access to those people. So what am I trying to say? I learned basic skills in school that helped me to earn money. So I was not just depending on my parents to feed me or for them to give me pocket money or whatever it is. Because, like I said, I gave you the background. My father would never want me to travel or to leave his presence. So how was I able to fund my lifestyle of always traveling from place to place and, doing the kind of things that I wanted? Of course, when your father doesn't want you to travel, you cannot go and ask him for transport to travel. He won't give you, even if he asks. So it had to come from the money that I was making. So me, I had to look for a way. Do you get? One of the things that I tell people is you don't want to live a particular life and you're not willing to sacrifice for the life. So I want to live this kind of life, yet I want my father to come and fund it. My father doesn't like the life. So if I want my father to fund my lifestyle, I will have to fine-tune my life to be the way he wants it. But I've chosen something else. So I had to be ready. I had to be ready to do whatever it's going to take. So I had to learn. I learned shoemaking, and it's not as easy as I'm saying it, though. It's not as easy as I'm saying it. And then also, in my third year, I had to go learn fashion designing as well. I was also making cool money from that. And then I learned how to make accessories like books, earrings, Ankara phone pouches. I was selling them in school. I didn't care whether people would say, this one, as she's selling something, is like her father. That one is your business. At the end of the day, those people never really cared about you. You're just the one who is feeling like, people, what are people going to say? Really, that doesn't really make sense. I was doing all that I could do, and it made me to even become an idol, I would say, or a role model, because people were like, you're so industrious. I know, like all these other people that are waiting for, I had some girls then in school who had Richard card boyfriend, taxi boyfriend, food boyfriend, every little hair boyfriend, everything that they wanted. They had people for that. But that is not my life. See, I don't know how to keep boyfriends, 10 boyfriends. I don't know. I didn't grow up like that. The way my father trained me, he trained me to be very independent. Of course, that's why he would place me on salary so that nobody will be able to show me money outside. And because of that, I will feel that, I've never seen this kind of money before. There's no money that I've not seen before. You get, so I didn't have all of those kind of boyfriends that I would go and meet to buy data for me, or to make help me make my hair, or to, I didn't have all those things. So the kind of life I chose to live was a very decent life, free of problems. Man, I do not want any kind of problem. I wanted to live a kind of life that no matter where I am, even though my parents are not exactly satisfied with my choices, they would be satisfied that no matter where I am, they can vouch for awesomeness. If you like, come and tell my mother that she will tell you it's a lie. She did not do it. She can kill herself instead for her to believe that I did. There are certain things that you cannot even find me doing. So I chose a particular life, and I needed to make sure that I'm able to fund that life. So I had to do these things. I learned shoemaking, like I said. I learned fashion designing. I also learned how to make accessories. I learned how to paint, painting of houses. So call me today to come and paint your house. I can do it. Do you get? So I learned all of these things in school. And again, it is not because I was looking for money. Of course I earned, because why will I not earn? But it was not because I was looking for money. It was because the world that we are living in, there are certain things that you need to survive. See, if you like, read all the motivational books in this life. Something will do you that you will forget all the motivation you've ever read. It is the experiences that you have that will keep you thriving, not what you read in book. All what most of you have is head knowledge. That's why you can just come and just be talking, don't give up. When something do you, you will understand that don't give up is not as easy as writing it. So many of you, it's just head knowledge that you have. You don't really have experience. And I wanted to be a strong girl. I wanted to be someone that can make decisions for herself. I kind of understood early enough that the world is a very wicked place, or the world is a very tough place. Not wicked, but really tough. And only the tough people, those who are tough in mind, most battles, in fact, every battle is won in the mind, not by the fist. So I kind of knew that early enough, and I just wanted to be armed with the kind of experiences that would give me the mental toughness that I needed. I didn't want to just be one ajebota, kind of girl. If that is the life I wanted, I would have had it, because that is what my father wants for me. But I didn't want that. I wanted something different. And today, you can see it. Now, let me also talk about this ASU strike of a thing. Do you know that I was one of the students in my class that when ASU went for strike, I was praying that ASU should not call us strike. While my other colleagues in our WhatsApp group chat would be like, I beg government, I beg ASU, FG, call up. Me, I was like, God, Baba, God, I beg this. Why? Because I used those 4 months to learn a skill. I used those 4 months to learn. That was the 4 months I used in learning shoemaking. I traveled, I left Calabar to Uyo. I paid 100K to learn shoemaking for 6 months. So me, I was praying that they should not call up this strike, because me, I want to complete my 6 months. But well, they called it after like 4 months, I think about 5 months, and we went back to school. So you put now that are in school, you are busy worrying about FG, you are worrying about ASU, instead of you to go and find something doing. I couldn't have really, combined, because I wanted to learn shoemaking. I didn't want to learn in Calabar, because I had gone to some of the training centers in Calabar, and I did not really like the quality of the shoes. I did not want to be a low ticket shoe seller. I wanted to make one shoe and sell it at 35K, 40K, 50K. So for me to be able to meet that standard, then there are certain places I should not even train. So how was I going to combine schooling in Calabar and traveling to Uyo to learn, where at least I know that if I make this shoe and I show it to the governor of Cross River State, they will want to buy it. I knew what I wanted. So it was the ASU strike that afforded me that opportunity. So while it was a curse for other people, it was a blessing to me, and I kept praying. I think I even did fasting and join self. I think in the second month on the strike, when they were saying ASU and FG are meeting, me, I was like, God, please, please, I'm enjoying my life here. I'm enjoying what is happening here. Do you know that even when I finished, by the time I finished school, I already had a customer base that I could now focus more on selling to, such that I did not lack after. You know how people finish university and they are just like, now, wow. When you're in school, you be like, when will I even finish this? Then when you now finally finish school, you be like, God, I wish I can just go back to school. Just be going, let me just find place I'll be going every morning and then I'll come back in the evening, something like that. Because your life is miserable. Then another thing that also helped me was that I understood what education actually meant, or what a university education actually meant. The problem with most Nigerian students or most graduates is that they had a very wrong perception about what a university education is. Your university education was not meant to put food on your table. Please just know that. There is nowhere it was stated that the reason why you're going to school is so that you would have a job. Mm-mm. Go and do a research on the meaning of a university. You will know that you are the one who is actually the scam, not school. It is your definition of school that is scam, not the school itself that is scam. School was not meant to prepare you for 9 to 5 job. School was not meant to prepare you for a job that will buy you a car, give you a house, and give you food. No, that is not what your certificate is meant to do. Your certificate was not meant to make you employable, in quotes. Your university education was meant to open your mind to possibilities. It was made to transform your mind such that you can challenge the status quo. That is what a university education is for. It's an assignment I'm giving everyone on this live. Go and just go check the dictionary meaning of university. It is a meeting point of scholars and teachers. So you, like this, you're supposed to be a scholar already. Scholars and teachers, where both of you are coming together to rub minds together. You are supposed to come and find how you can use your course of study to provide solutions to the society, not the society to give you something when you finish. That is not what an education is. But because some of you just have a very wrong perception, so you just feel, that is why you would say that your certificate is paper. That is why it is because you do not know what it was actually. That's why you feel that, okay, because it's just like saying, this pen is meant to write. And then I bought the pen and it's not writing. So what is the use of it? That's the same thing. So you had your certificate and you thought that your certificate will give you a job, and because it has not given you, so to hell with it. So what was the essence? Why did I waste my 4 years? You don't have sense. Truly, you don't have sense. Your head is not correct. In the words of Steve Harris, your head is not correct. If you think that your certificate is paper, oh yeah, go and burn it now. Since it's paper, go and burn it, then you will see something. Do you understand? You will actually see something. So you need to honor your certificate. You need to honor those 4 years or 5 years or 6 years, because what it is actually doing to you is not what you think it should do. And because what it should do to you is not what you think it should do, you don't exactly appreciate what school is doing to you. Do you know, I used to say something that anybody that graduates from a Nigerian university, like you finished 4 years or 5 years, 6 years, you finished. See, there's nothing that can happen to you in this life. You finished and you did not commit suicide. You finished like this, you graduated, you did not commit suicide. There's nothing else in this world that can do it. Do you know what experiences the Nigerian educational system does to us? It gives us certain experiences that people in other continents do not have. and you need to be able to use it to your advantage. You think that this ASUU strike is government not caring for you? No, it's you that does not actually like yourself enough to take advantage of the opportunities that come with ASUU strike. It was during the ASUU strike that I garnered everything I needed to know about shoemaking, branding, packaging, everything. And that was how I was able to make shoes that can. I made one particular shoe and I sent it to somebody in London, and the woman told me that the shoes that she buys in Dubai, that the one I made is better. If there was no ASUU strike, I'll probably not learn it as much as I want to. But because I was able to make use of that opportunity, I was able to have a business that could help me. And then, of course, we also had the internet, or there was the internet. So I leveraged the internet. After all, I'm already a very good writer, content writer. So I was able to use the internet to sell. If you go to, it's just that now I'm so busy that I hardly make shoes except if you demand it and if you have money. Because me, I'm not all this 15K, 20K shoemaker. Even 30K now, I won't even make for you. 35, I will not. Do you get? So all of these things, I learned them while in school. I've mentioned other things that I learned. I learned fashion design. I learned that one in Calabar. So I would go to school in the morning, and after school, I would go to my fashion school. Now, let me tell you something. When my father built our house, or when my parents built our house, it's not a very suitable environment. So it's not exactly safe. So we always hear of things like armed robbery, we hear of things like rape, we hear of things like, theft and all that at night. But guys, I would go to school in the morning, and when I'm done with school, I would go to my fashion school in the afternoon, and I would be coming back home around 9 p.m. I would walk that road alone to the house. I took that risk because I knew what I wanted. I could have said, it's late, so this place they used to rape people, or they used to thief phone, or they used to do this. I would have given all the excuses that are plausible, very reasonable. I would do all that. I would come back home by 9 o'clock, and my father would shout at me, my mother, they would talk. I built a pseudo environment in my mind that never allowed me to be listening to what they are saying. So when I come back, I will just stand in the parlor quietly. When they finish talking, I will now enter my room, go and remove my clothes, take my bath, do my assignment if there was, repeat the same thing the next day, because I knew what I wanted. So you cannot want something and not be ready to pay the price for it. Many of you today want something, but you are not willing to pay the price for that thing that you want. And you just think that it's going to come easily like that. I don't know why. You think you're special. Who are you exactly? Who do you think you are that you think things should come to you lightly? I mean, I had the opportunity of having things coming to me, but I chose the other path because I wanted to be different. So, what excuse do you really have? What excuse are you making? If you want something, then go for it. And going for it is not lying down on your bed and wishing. Going for it is not waking up every morning and scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wasting your life. That is not it. Going for it is not sitting down and complaining and whining and arguing about useless things that don't matter. Some of you, your head is not correct, truly, because you just sit down and waste your life. Just waste your life. And you feel that things will just come easy like that. Things will just come naturally to you. You went to school, you had to read, you had to sweat, you had to do night class to pass. But you now think that as you have come out of school, things will be easy. How? Why? Where? you better sit up. Oh. You better sit up. So I did all of these things. I made these sacrifices. I knew that my life was in danger. But then what if my life is not in danger? What if? What if I don't try? Would I even have this story to share with you today? I would just come here and blab, and I would not even share anything reasonable with you. But because I did all that at that time, it was painful then. It was difficult then. It was frustrating then. Going in an environment where everybody is stifling your growth. You're trying to grow, but they are not seeing that it is growth that you're after. They are trying to kill you, even though my parents did not actually know, and I don't hold it against them. I love them, and I knew that they were just acting based on what they know. They cared for me, they loved me, and that is just it. But I knew the life that I wanted. So I ask you today, what life do you really want? What life do you really want? Are you willing to pay the price for that life? And because I did all of these things while in school, I earned money while in school. Serious money. I earned from shoemaking, I earned from sewing, I earned from so many things. I was even doing small jobs also. When my friends want to do wedding, I would do small chops for their bridal shower, for their appetizer. And there's nothing that I could not do. I could make soap, I could make perfume. What could I not do? Hey, that time, I'm not sure. It's just now that, well, I don't know. I've grown and I have so much work. But see, allow yourself to explore. You may never know the one that is going to work. Explore all your interests. Give yourself give yourself that advantage of exploring. Me, in this life, I explored. There is nothing. I can mold blocks, I can repair gen. Even it's not funny. Like, there is nothing that you want me to do. Just show me small. Just teach. My own is teach me. And I'm a knowledge junkie. I am willing to learn. I am willing to know something about everything. I also played politics in school. I did it. I was, oh my God. See, give yourself the advantage. Take a chance on yourself. Stop waiting for one mentor. Stop waiting for one coach. Stop waiting for one uncle. All those people are going to find you in the place of working, in the place of service, in the place of doing. If you want to become, you have to do. If you want to become, you must be willing to do. And most times, you must be willing to do it for free. I think that is one thing I did. Maybe because I grew up in abundance. So money was not really, some of you because you people were poor. So now that you are seeing money, it's doing you as if everything is about money. Everything is about no. I don't know whether it's because of that or whether it's personal, but everything was not about money for me. I was not really thinking about what can I get from this thing or what are they going to pay me. I knew that there are certain things those people, in fact, those people were even paying me self. They were paying me because the things that I learned for free, that was their way of paying me. But you people these days, you cannot serve, you cannot volunteer, you cannot offer your services for free. How do you want to be known, my dear? How do you want people? Do you know that there are people that are actually going to help your life that are not on social media? So you are busy wasting time on Facebook, creating content, looking for people to pay you, when you can just, the people that you will go and work for offline, they are not wasting their life like you online. But if you go and serve them, maybe they have a small group, maybe they have a particular NGO, and you go there, big people, they are pumping money into the NGO. You just go there and say, please, I just want to be writing for you. Oh, please, let me just offer to do your graphics for you. Oh, please, let me build a website for you people. Oh, please, I think that you people have done a lot of work. I want to compile it into a book for you guys. Oh, I want to do this. And you think that you will do all that, and then when it is time for you, when you have something tangible to do, you think they will not support you. Of course, there are always exceptions, but most of the time those people will show up for you. Why? Because you showed up for them first. The problem is you're waiting for them to come to you first. It doesn't work that way. You have to be able to go. Okay, so they say my time is over. And I've not finished all I have to say. So what do we do? Please, my hosts, come and tell me what to do. Do I still have, how many minutes do I have left? Please, where is Innocent? Is he on this live broadcast? Okay, let me just continue in the meantime before he comes up. Okay, so you need to be able to serve people. I have told you that because I was willing to serve these people, excuse me, I would write for their NGO, for their organization. When I get into a place, especially if you're an elderly person, not necessarily old, but you are more advanced than myself, the first thing I do is to think of what I can do for you. But most of us today, we always think of what they can do for us. I always try to find out how I can fit into this person's organizations and what I can do first before I begin to ask for something that they can do for me. So these are the things that I engage myself in school. I learned everything learnable. All these WhatsApp group, people will be teaching how to make soap, how to do this liquid soap. I learned all. I know how to make hair also. I used to make hair that time. I don't think there's anything you wanted me to do at that time that I could not do. So that is for that time. And then after school, I already had the foundation now. So it was just left for me to fly. And because I had used that time to explore several things, I now knew the things that by this time I wanted to concentrate in. So while most of my mates were now trying to explore at this time, I had done my exploration and now I was ready. I was like, okay, I want to focus on content writing now and coaching, and book writing and anything that revolves around writing and stuff like that. I now knew what I want to do. Many of you who are just selling wig now, it's because you don't just know what to do. You have come to wit's end. Nothing is paying off. So you feel, well, let me just sell wig, or let me just sell clothes, or let me just, but and it's not like you're passionate about it. It's money that is even driving you. Okay. Okay, oh, my time is up. So please, if there are questions to ask, you can connect with me on WhatsApp, or yeah, and just drop your questions and I would answer them. And if you want to hear more of the story, because I haven't really finished, but um, Innocent says it's time, or my time is over. So let me end here. I hope that you got value. I hope that this was interesting. I hope that this made sense and this has transformed your mind. Innocent, please, where are you? Should I just leave the stream like that?
Yes, Mama. Mama, wow,
Okay, I
wow,
should leave.
wow, wow. This session was value valued. Like,
Should I leave?
I don't know if it went off.
I can barely hear you.
Hello, can you all hear me? How about now?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me, Mama? Okay,
I
great,
can
great.
hear you. I can
So,
hear you.
like this session was really transformational for me. I learned a lot. I can say we've got lots of similarities because I did a whole lot of explorations as well. And I can say, I think my kid sister is here. I don't want her to get jealous. I can say I'm the favorite of my dad because we lost our mom. I was 10 years old when our mom left, and I think my kid sister was 8, 7. So it was I and our dad, and then our elder siblings. So we share lots of similarities with you. I want to say you are coming out to share your time, your story, man. I really got inspired, especially when you were talking about, putting in the work. I know you and I had a very short conversation yesterday, and I experienced a very big mind shift. I look forward to having more conversations with you. I hope you give me that privilege.
Sure, no problem.
Just in case I leave this session abruptly, please, it's my battery. My power bank is connected, but my battery.
Okay. Are you still there? Hello, Innocent. Are you there? I don't know. Anyone in the comment section, because I don't have access to the comment section. Anyone in the comment section, I don't know. Is Innocent around? Um, who's the moderator of this session aside him? I don't know. I can't see him. I can hear him, and I don't know what next to do. He said my time is up, so I wouldn't want to continue speaking again. Um, you can always reach out to me on WhatsApp or on Facebook or yeah, or Instagram, any of them. For those who would want to connect or want to ask questions, I don't want to overstay my welcome or overdo. I don't want to do past myself. So please, can anyone just come hold the fort for Innocent? Can anyone? I think in the video that I watched, there were moderators. Is there any moderator in this live broadcast now who can just hold the fort for Innocent while I take my leave? Or can someone find out, maybe send a text to Innocent to know what's happening? Okay, really, I can't see. I think I'll just have to leave the stream now. I think I'll just have to leave the stream now because okay, guys, so thank you so much for coming to this live broadcast. I hope that I added something small to your life, and I hope that you're going to take the message and you're going to become a better person we get enlightened so that we can enlighten others. So I hope that you would spread the fire, you would also enlighten others, and I wish you all the very best in all your endeavors. Those of you who are students, I wish you the best. Those who are graduates, I wish you the best. Those who are undergraduates, I wish you the very best too. And congratulations to Innocent as well for doing this. Thank you so much for finding me worthy to come and share my story. I do not take it for granted. So on this note, I would just leave the stream now so that we don't just keep looking at ourselves. Thank you so much, all of you. It was a pleasure to serve your greatness. So if you need my WhatsApp number to connect with me, my WhatsApp number is 090-240-85468. 090-240-85468. 090-240-85468. So you can connect with me on WhatsApp, or you can send me a message, my Facebook or my messenger, awesomeness is Shabanga, and I would respond to you. All right, guys. Take care. Bye.